This is the Lexipol Media Group March 2023 Spotlight. The biggest thing we've got going on this month is First Responder Wellness Week. Go to firstresponderwellnessweek.com for all sorts of resources, videos, podcasts, webinars, great information. You can also find there and other places this great video from Dak Prescott, Dallas Cowboys quarterback, talking about First Responder Wellness Week. Also on each of our media sites, police1.com, FireRescue1.com, and EMS1. We've got a great collection of content, articles, podcasts, additional webinars, all about First Responder Wellness Week. I also want to give a shout out to the mayors and city councils across the country that are proclaiming this First Responder Wellness Week. Thank you, Mayor Dickey in the town of Fountain Hills, for this proclamation. So we continue our coverage of public safety news and things to help our readers do their jobs better and more effectively across the media sites. The top article in all of March, actually published in February, was this 24-year-old that became the police chief in North Carolina, William Armstrong. We wish the chief the best. Our team at State Your Case, it's a pro-con column. Joel Schultz and Jim Dudley argued this: how young is too young to be a police chief? Also really popular and of interest to readers. Ron Lapidus regularly writes about technology, especially related to training and firearms, and wrote this great article about simulation training. I want you to check that one out. Uh, this is really timely. 2 weeks ago, Nancy Perry, editor-in-chief, led a group of columnists to put together this digital edition, Strategies to Stop School Shootings, Prevention, Disruption, and Response. Of course, this is timely because of what happened earlier this week in Nashville. We've got a webinar coming up on Police One, April 10th. Anyone can register for that, featuring Catherine Schweit. She's the author, attorney, and former career FBI special agent who's written about Stop the Killing, how to end the mass shooting crisis. Definitely, you're going to want to check this one out. We've also talked about drones. Blake Resnick, who's the founder of Brink Drones, did this wonderful podcast on Policing Matters. You can listen anywhere you find podcasts, also watch on YouTube or on Police One. And then I just do want to follow up this Nashville shooting. Lieutenant Dan Marcoux, longtime author for Police One, wrote this great TikTok minute by minute analysis of how the Nashville Police Department responded to this tragedy and the steps they took, only possible, I think, through training, policy, having good equipment, and then a department culture that says this is what we're going to do. But please, I think this is a heart-pounding article that Dan wrote, especially after you've watched the body camera video. So check that out. Also, EMS1, up to the same type of thing of covering the industry. Uh, Started the month with continuing coverage about the death of Tyree Nichols in Memphis and the EMS providers that were on scene and didn't come to his aid. We also had a digital edition post on EMS1 about pre-hospital trauma. Uh, Excellent collection of articles. Want you to check that out. And then this article, definitely connected to wellness, but about EMDR. This is a treatment for people that are experiencing traumatic stress. EMDR stands for eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. Please find out more about this. I think a lot of people find this type of treatment effective. Another thing we've covered on EMS1, and this is a topic that we're asked about frequently, is I've discharged from the military honorably as a combat medic. How do I go to work as a paramedic in the streets? And Oscar, who was a combat medic and then a field paramedic, a flight paramedic, and now a medical school student, has written about that transition. So I want you to check that out and share it with the people that you know that are looking to go from the military to uh, field EMS around the streets. Also, news and information posting all the time to FireRescue1. This has been a really popular topic as electric vehicle fires, as there's more electric vehicles on the streets, fire departments are encountering them. You can listen to this podcast on Better Every Shift. You can also watch it on the site or find it on YouTube. And then a type of content that we often create is sort of looking at an intersection between public safety and pop culture. And much of that is evergreen content. So this firefighters on film article several years old, but recently updated, re-promoted, bringing in lots of people to the site. Maybe they're firefighters that want to become actors, or people interested in how an actor have their backstory as a firefighter. Similar article, several years old, recently updated about documentaries. A nice list here put together that feature the fire service. Again, evergreen content that's bringing in all sorts of people. And then Robert Avsek, who's written for FireRescue1 for a long time. He's also written many articles about this Euro-style helmet. Recently taking this on as part of our brand focus content. Appreciate Robert continuing to lead this conversation about firefighting helmets and what firefighters should be requiring in a helmet. And it shouldn't just be about traditional looks, but what's going to keep you safer on the fire ground. Want to wrap up by encouraging you to follow us on Instagram, FireRescue1, EMS1, and Police1. We're on Instagram as well as other major social media platforms. So thanks for your interest in the Lexipol Media Group and our spotlight for March. Just make sure you check out firstresponder.wellnessweek.com this week and on into the future. These resources will be available to you.